history of the nations of this world. We started post-flood with the three sons of Noah, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Now, in this understanding of history, there is a big question in the world today about what happened to the Israelites after they crucified the Messiah Yahshua. It's one of those questions that is part of the big confusing topics of the world. The Israelites are Elohim's chosen people. Scripture says that Israel is the apple of his eye. Because of this, everyone that is saved by grace through faith in Yahshua the Messiah has a sincere love for the children of Israel. And because the Bible is the history book of Israel, it's natural to desire to understand what happened to Israel after Yahshua was crucified and the church began. The thing about this subject is that it is very touchy because of the lies that have been told. The lies that surround this subject are in the very foundation of this world matrix that we currently live in today. And the truth is not something the world in general wants to accept. Also, depending on your level of awareness and knowledge, the answer to this question can be very shocking. And if you have other issues like pride, ego, racism, etc., those feelings may block you from understanding the subject in totality. But in the last days, the truth must be told. But what's important is that the truth is told in love. Not self-serving or in a way to bring about conflict, but told so that the truth is known and understood.
Very true.
The answer to this question can bring about much clarity about the world today, and just how much we are lied to and how much the truth is hidden from us.
Right.
So let's talk about the truth. Now, to be abundantly clear, this is not about race, though it's in the racism series.
Okay.
This is not about the color of people's skin, but about bloodline and heritage.
The bloodline.
But because of the lies that we've been conditioned to accept, I understand that people on both sides of the spectrum want to look at it from a racially biased view. This video and channel is not here to entertain any of that.
Good.
But to provide better understanding on a subject
Good.
that is layered by many lies.
Right.
I believe that in the end, our skin color and our nationality do not matter. Let me repeat that. They do not matter.
Very true.
We all will stand before our Father and be judged by our decision.
Very true.
And the only thing that matters is, did we put our faith in Yahshua HaMashiach?
We did.
Whether you're black or white, whether you're Asian or Hispanic, it doesn't matter.
Right.
What matters is, did you believe in Yahshua HaMashiach?
Yes, I did.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, I did.
And did you surrender to the will of our Father?
Sure, bloody. Oh, yes.
But while we are living,
Isaac.
there are certain things that we should understand, so that we are living in truth and not living in lies. Now, this truth is best revealed through peeling back layers. The best thing about the truth to this question of what happened to Israel after the crucifixion of Yahshua,
Right.
the answer is found right in our Bibles. So this part of the series, I will let the word of Elohim speak for itself, and let the Holy Spirit do the revealing to whom he chooses, and then I will let him guide me on my next steps to peeling back the layers. So let's let the word have its day.
Okay.
Let's begin.
Let's begin. Right.
Now, if you watch my videos, whenever I talk about what happened to Israel, I always speak about the curses they received.
Uh-oh.
But unless you have read these scriptures on your own, you may not fully understand what I was referring to. Sadly, I find this topic, among many other things, is not taught in the churches today.
True.
There are many that can and do go to church all their life and still are not aware of these scriptures and what it says.
Nazi.
So before we read the scriptures, let me give some foundation.
Please do.
The Israelites, who are Yahweh's chosen people, were given laws and statutes that they were to follow when they were led out of Egypt into their promised land. They were required to follow this law, which we know as the law of Moses,
long time
as well as the Torah. Now, as they received this law, Yahweh told them the blessings that they would receive if they carefully observed all of his commandments. But he also told them the curses they would receive if they did not observe his commands. It was a covenant. It's like any normal agreement that you have with your parent. If you are good and listen, they will reward your good behavior.
I did.
But if you're a bad child and not listen, there are repercussions.
Boy.
That's very simple to understand. He told the Israelites what they would get if they listened to him, and what they would get if they disobeyed him. All of this is found in Deuteronomy chapter 28, and that's what we will discuss in this video. We're going to read this chapter and understand what he has said and warned. So after you understand that, The next part of this understanding is to understand the history of Israel and whether they obeyed him or not. Now, you should watch my History of Religion series for a detailed understanding of this answer, as the series walks you through the events of the Bible.
Right.
But for the sake of time, understand that they did not follow his commandments. In fact, they actually murdered the Messiah that was sent to redeem them. That was prophesied in their law and from their prophets.
I know.
They actually placed Yahshua's blood on their hands. As they were pushing Pontius Pilate to crucify Yahshua, they said this in Matthew chapter 27, verse 25. And all the people answered and said, his blood be on us and on our children.
Naughty.
You see, they placed the blood of the Son of Elohim on themselves and their future children. This was obviously a huge mistake. So it's clear that they did not obey.
I don't think you heard it. Let him say to you again. What he's saying to you is, his children said to him, we don't care, crucify him, right? Which was lynch him. So we're wondering, crucify him? No, they're talking about Yeshua, who you call Jesus Christ. The children who he's talking about is us. We were the ones who told Herod to crucify our own king. We said lynch him, because he didn't get crucified, he got lynched. And then we also said in there, right, put his blood on us and our kids. So what we did, we cursed ourselves by saying that. So now when you go to America, where they put them, that's why you see them being lynched. And this is what he's telling you now. And now you're going to see the blessings and the curses that we get if we do anything wrong. And these blessings and curses are in Deuteronomy 28. But he's going to walk you through them. And then you'll understand why we are treated the way we're treated, because we are cursed. Why? Because we killed our king. I don't believe it. Listen, go get your Bible quick. Right, go to Acts, A-C-T-S, Acts 10:39. And it tells you, we are witnesses that his own people lynched his king off a tree. Go and look at it. But this is what they're hiding from you, even though it's in plain sight. You just don't know where to go. We're showing you. Acts 10:39. Jesus is our king. We are the children of that. This is why we're suffering. Because we lynched him. We said, go and lynch him. We want to be with Herod. Put his blood on us and our kids. But they didn't. They didn't crucify him. They hanged him. It says it in there. And there's witnesses to it. And the kids said, put his blood on us and our kids. Those are the kids you see now. Those are the ancestors. We are the ancestors of it. And this is our punishment for it. So Deuteronomy 28 explains to you. If you listen to it properly, you can hear it.
Redeem them. That was prophesied in their law and from their prophets. They actually placed Yahshua's blood on their hands. As they were pushing Pontius Pilate to crucify Yahshua, they said this in Matthew chapter 27, verse 25. And all the people answered and said, his blood be on us and on our children.
See?
You see, they placed the blood of the Son of Elohim on themselves and their future children. This was obviously a huge mistake.
Bad thing.
So it's clear that they did not obey what was commanded of them. So after you gain this part of your understanding, the next part is to understand
the
what
curses
Elohim told them their punishment would be for going against him. And you will find this to be very specific in Deuteronomy chapter 28.
So listen.
So let's go through his words found in this chapter. Let's read Deuteronomy chapter 28.
Listen, guys, we know the system, right, teaches you not to pay attention to that. But for once, right, try to listen for once. Try to listen.
Reason why you should cancel your robot vacuum order. This new app-free and white...
Not this idiot. This. Because this system teaches you not to listen and not to have a concentration span. We hear that. But what we're telling you is this. We're opening you up to what's in front of you. So listen to the curses and the blessings and work them out for who you see lives like that today. So when you work that out, then you know that Father is real. It's not a joke. So do yourself a favor, guys, and listen, man, and learn something. Might save your life.
Chapter. Let's read Deuteronomy chapter 28.
Who fits this?
Now, it shall come to pass, If you diligently obey the voice of Yahweh, your Elohim, to observe carefully all his commandments, which I command you today, that Yahweh, your Elohim, will set you high above all nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come upon you and overtake you, because you obey the voice of Yahweh, your Elohim. Blessed shall you be in the city, and blessed shall you be in the country.
True.
Blessed shall be the fruit of your body, the produce of your ground, and the increase of your herds, the increase of your cattle, and the offspring of your flocks. Blessed shall be your basket and your kneading bowl. Blessed shall you be when you come in, and blessed shall you be when you go out. Yahweh will cause your enemies who rise against you to be defeated before your face. They shall come out against you one way and flee before you 7 ways. Yahweh will command a blessing on you in your storehouses and in all to which you set your hand.
Wow.
And he will bless you in the land which Yahweh your Elohim is giving you.
Wow.
Yahweh will establish you as a holy people to himself, just as he sworn to you, if you keep the commandments of Yahweh your Elohim and walk in his ways. Then all peoples of the earth shall see that you are called by the name of Yahweh,
Okay.
and they shall be afraid of you.
Okay.
And Yahweh will grant you plenty of goods, in the fruit of your body, in the increase of your livestock, and in the produce of your ground, in the land of which Yahweh swore to your fathers to give you. Yahweh will open to you his good treasure, the heavens, to give rain to your land in its season, and to bless all the work of your hand. You shall lend to many nations,
What about
but you
Darcy?
shall not borrow. And Yahweh will make you the head and not the tail. You shall be above only and not be beneath, if you heed the commandments of Yahweh your Elohim,
If you're a good
which
boy.
I command you today,
Okay.
and are careful to observe them.
Okay.
So you shall not turn aside from any of the words which I command you this day,
Uh-oh.
to the right or the left,
Uh-oh.
to go after other gods to serve them. Okay, so let's just stop right there. Verses 1 through 14 of this chapter in Deuteronomy chapter 28 speak of the blessings Israel will receive if they obey Yahweh's commandments. And as we review the history of the Israelites in the Old Testament, we can see some of this fulfilled when King David and King Solomon were kings of Israel. Kings and queens will come afar to hear the wisdom of Solomon, and Israel was blessed with abundance.
Chit-chat.
But again, according to the scriptures, this was not long-lived,
Oh, no.
and Israel disobeyed Yahweh. From many warnings of the prophets, they were told many times to repent and turn back to Yahweh, but they refused, until Yahshua, the son of Elohim, came, and they murdered him. Verses 15 through 68 explain the consequences of their disobedience.
Now listen to this.
Let's see what he says.
These are the curses.
But it shall come to pass, if you do not obey the voice of Yahweh your Elohim, to observe carefully all his commandments and his statutes, which I command you today, that all these curses will come upon you and overtake you.
Uh-oh.
Cursed
Uh-oh.
shall you be in the city,
Oh.
and cursed shall you be in the country. Cursed shall be your basket and your kneading bowl. Cursed shall be the fruit of your body and the produce of your land, the increase of your cattle and the offspring of your flocks. Cursed shall you be when you come in, and cursed shall you be when you go out. Yahweh will send on you cursing, confusion, and rebuke in all that you set your hand to do, until you are destroyed, and until you perish quickly, because of the wickedness of your doings, in which you have forsaken me. Yahweh will make the plague cling to you until he has consumed you from the land which you are going to possess. Yahweh will strike you with consumption, with fever, with inflammation, with severe burning, with the sword, with scorching, and with mildew. They shall pursue you until you perish. And your heavens, which are over your head, shall be bronze, and the earth, which is under you, shall be iron. Yahweh will change the rain of your land to powder and dust. From the heaven it shall come down on you until you are destroyed. Yahweh will cause you to be defeated before your enemies. You shall go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them. And you shall become troublesome to all the kingdoms of the earth. Your carcasses shall be food for all the birds of the air, and the beasts of the earth. No one shall frighten them away.
Oh.
Yahweh will strike you with boils of Egypt, with tumors, with the scab, and with the itch, from which you cannot be healed.
Okay.
Yahweh will strike you with madness and blindness and confusion of heart. And you shall grope at noonday, as a blind man gropes in darkness. You shall not prosper in your ways. You shall be only oppressed and plundered continually, and no one shall save you.
Why?
You shall betroth a wife, but another man shall lie with her.
Why?
You shall build a house, but you shall not dwell in it.
Why?
You shall plant a vineyard, but shall not gather its grapes. Your ox shall be slaughtered before your eyes,
What?
but you shall not eat of it. Your donkey shall be violently taken away before you,
Weird.
and shall not be restored to you. Your sheep shall be given to your enemies, and you shall have no one to rescue them.
When does the curses stop?
Your sons and your daughters shall be given to another people, and your eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all day long. And there shall be no strength in your hand. A nation whom you have not known shall eat the fruit of your land and the produce of your labor. And you shall only be oppressed and crushed continually. So you shall be driven mad because of the sight which your eyes see. Yahweh will strike you in the knees and on the legs with severe boils, which cannot be healed, and from the sole of your foot to the top of your head. Yahweh will bring you and the king whom you set over you to a nation which neither you nor your fathers have known. And there you shall serve other gods, wood and stone. And you shall become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations where Yahweh will drive you. You shall carry much seed out to the field, but gather little in, for the locust shall consume it. You shall plant vineyards and tend them, but you shall neither drink of the wine nor gather the grapes, for the worm shall eat them. You shall have olive trees throughout all your territory, but you shall not anoint yourself with the oil. Your olives shall drop off. You shall beget sons and daughters, but they shall not be yours, for they shall go into captivity. Locusts shall consume all your trees and the produce of your land. The alien who is among you shall rise higher and higher above you.
So we see.
And you shall come down lower and lower.
So we see.
He shall lend to you, but you shall not lend to him.
Who does that sound like?
He shall be the head, and you shall be the
Who does
tail.
that sound like?
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon you and pursue and overtake you until you are destroyed, because you do not obey the voice of Yahweh your Elohim,
See?
to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded you.
See?
And they shall be upon you for a sign and a wonder,
Right.
and on your descendants forever. Because you did not serve Yahweh your Elohim with joy and gladness of heart, for the abundance of everything, therefore you shall serve your enemies, whom Yahweh will send against you, in hunger, in thirst, in nakedness, and in need of everything.
Oh no.
And he will put a yoke of iron on your neck until he has destroyed you. Yahweh will bring a nation against you from afar, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flies.
Wow.
A nation whose language you will not understand. A nation of fierce countenance, which does not respect the elderly, nor show favor to the young.
Europeans.
They shall eat the increase of your livestock and the produce of your land,
Europeans.
until you are destroyed. They shall not leave you grain, or new wine, or oil, or the increase of your cattle, or the offspring of your flocks, until they have destroyed you. They shall besiege you at all your gates, until your high and fortified walls, in which you trust, come down throughout all your land. And they shall besiege you at all your gates, throughout all your land, which Yahweh your Elohim has given you. You shall eat the fruit of your own body, the flesh of your sons and your daughters, whom Yahweh your Elohim has given you, in the siege and desperate straits in which your enemy shall distress you. The sensitive and very refined man among you will be hostile towards his brother, towards the wife of his bosom, and toward the rest of his children, whom he...
Okay, Father. Okay. You frightened me. I get the message. I get the message. I get the message.
pregnant in jail, I thought I was going to have a baby and the baby would never be with me, but I was acquitted a month and 3 days before Tupac was born. I was real happy because I had a son.
When I was young and my mama had beef, 17 years old, kicked out on the streets. Though back at the time, I never thought I'd see a face. Ain't a woman alive that could take my mama's place. Stripping from school, scared to go home. I was a fool with the big boys breaking all the rules. Said cheers with my big sister. Over the years, we was poor than other little kids. And even though we had different daddies, the same drama when things went wrong, we blame mama. I reminisce on the stress I caused. It was hell, hugging on my mama from a jail cell. Who thinking elementary? Hey, I see the penitentiary one day.
When I was pregnant in jail, I thought I was going to have a baby and the baby would never be with me, but I was acquitted a month and 3 days before Tupac was born. I was real happy because I had a son. When I was pregnant in jail, I thought I was going to have a baby and the baby would never be with me, but I was acquitted a month and 3 days before Tupac was born. I was real happy because I had a son.
When I was young and my mama had beef, 17 years old, kicked out on the streets. Though back at the time, I never thought I'd see a face. Ain't a woman alive that could take my mama's place. Stripping from school, scared to go home. I was a fool with the big boys breaking all the rules. Said cheers with my big sister. Over the years, we was poor than other little kids. And even though we had different daddies, the same drama when things went wrong, we blame mama. I reminisce on the stress I caused. It was hell, hugging on my mama from a jail cell. Who thinking elementary? Hey, I see the penitentiary one day. Running from the police, that's right. Mama catch me, put a whoop into my backside. And even as a crack fiend, mama, you always was a black queen, mama. I finally understand for a woman it ain't easy trying to raise a man. You always was committed. A poor single mother home welfare. Tell me how you did it. There's no way I can bring it back. But the plan is to show you that I understand. You all appreciate it. Dear mama, you all appreciate it. Ain't nobody tell us it was fair. No love for my daddy cause the camera wasn't there. Passed away and I didn't cry cause my anger wouldn't let me feel for a stranger. They say I'm wrong and I'm heartless, but all along I was looking for a father, he was gone. I hung around with the thugs, and even though they sold drugs, they showed a young brother love. I moved out and started really hanging. I needed money of my own, so I started slanging. I ain't guilty cause even though I sell rocks, it feels good putting money in your mailbox. I love paying rent and the bills too. I hope you got the diamond necklace that I sent to you. Cause when I was low, you was there for me.
When I was pregnant in jail, I thought I was going to have a baby and the baby would never be with me, but I was acquitted a month and 3 days before Tupac was born. I was real happy because I had a son.
When I was young and my mama had beef, 17 years old, kicked out on the streets. Though back at the time, I never thought I'd see a face. Ain't a woman alive that could take my mama's place. Stripping from school, scared to go home. I was a fool with the big boys breaking all the rules. Shed tears with my big sister. Over the years, we was poor than other little kids. And even though we had different daddies, the same drama when things went wrong, we blame mama. I reminisce on the stress I caused. It was hell, hugging on my mama from a jail cell. Who thinking elementary? Hey, I see the penitentiary one day. Running from the police, that's right. Mama catch me, put a whoop into my backside. And even as a crack fiend, mama, you always was a black queen, mama. I finally understand for a woman it ain't easy trying to raise a man. You always was committed. A poor single mother home welfare. Tell me how you did it. There's no way I can bring it back. But the plan is to show you that I understand. You all appreciate it. Dear mama, you all appreciate it. Ain't nobody tell us it was fair. No love for my daddy cause the camera wasn't there. He passed away and I didn't cry cause my anger wouldn't let me feel for a stranger. They say I'm wrong and I'm heartless, but all along I was looking for a father, he was gone. I hung around with the thugs, and even though they sold drugs, they showed a young brother love. I moved out, started really hanging. I needed money of my own, so I started slanging. I ain't guilty, cause you know I feel right. It feels good, put money in your mailbox. I love paying rent when the bills due. And you got the diamond necklace that I sent to you. Cause when I was low, you was there for me. You never left me alone, cause you cared for me. And I can see you coming home after work late. You're in the kitchen trying to fix us a hot plate. Just working with the scraps you was given. And mama made miracles every Thanksgiving. But now the road got rough, you're alone. Trying to raise two bad kids on your own. And there's no way I can pay you back. But my plan is to show you that I understand. We all appreciate it. And dear mama, we all appreciate it. Oh, I surrender and I reminisce. Cause through the drama I can always depend on my mama. And when it seems that I'm hopeless, you say the words that can keep me back in focus. When I was sick as a little kid, to keep me happy there's no limit to the things you did. And all my childhood memories are full of all the sweet things you did for me. And even though I act crazy, I gotta thank the Lord that you made me. There are no words that can express how I feel. You never kept a secret, always stayed real. And I appreciate how you raised me, and all the extra love that you gave me. I wish I could take the pain away. If you can make it through the night, there's a brighter day. Everything will be alright if you hold on. It's a struggle every day, you gotta roll on. There's no way I can pay you back, but my plan is to show you that I understand. We all appreciate it. Dear mama, we all appreciate it. Dear mama, dear mama.
I know what you say. Dear mama. Boy.
Since I was one, so my mama alone, with the responsibility in her hand. She said we had to finish up to school. She told me don't just go like food. And now I got to give thanks for the good things she has done. Oh mama, I love you too, and I know you love me too. Oh mama, mama, what thank you. I wish that every mother was as sweet as you are. I know you're my shining star. Stay by me, never go too far. Oh mama, you can depend on me now. Cause I see you've tried your best. Now it's up to me to do the rest. Mama, just help me pray. And be mama singing. Oh God, keep us this day. We're getting better. And all the necessary needs. Hello.
Yeah, I like that.
Hello. Mama, my sweet mama. I was a good man, but you died since I was one. So you said you're my mother alone, with the responsibility in her hand. She said we had to finish up to school. She told me don't just go like food. And now I got to give thanks for the good things she has done. Oh mama, I love you too, and I know you love me too. Oh mama, mama, what thank you. I wish that every mother was as sweet as you are. I know you're my shining star. Stay by me, never go. treat you the rest. I'm never looking to the moon and gray. Because mama is depending on me. It doesn't matter what I do now. I just want to get your bird somehow. Lord, baby, take the blue. To the moon and mama stay. But oh, mama won't make it blue. I wish that every mama was to see just the eye. I know you're not a shining star. Stay by me, talking about love. Oh, love. Talking about love. Love is not a piece of paper you can don't burn or just throw away. Love makes me wanna say, love, love, every day. Oh yeah, love is not a piece of paper that you can just throw away. No, no, love makes me wanna love in everywhere. Oh yeah, love is a wonderful feeling. Though sometimes it makes me feel like I'm puppet on a string. Love is so appealing. When you go, love makes you wanna come again. Love is not a piece of paper that you can don't burn or just throw away. Love, talking about love. Oh, love, talking about love. Love is not a piece of paper you can don't burn or just throw away. Love makes me wanna say, love, love, every day. Oh yeah, love is not a piece of paper that you can just throw away. No, love makes me wanna love in everywhere. Oh yeah, love is a wonderful feeling. Though sometimes it makes me feel like I'm puppet on a string. Love is so appealing. When you go, love makes you wanna come again. Love is not a piece of paper that you can don't burn or just throw away. Love makes me wanna say, love, love, every day. Oh yeah, love is not a piece of paper that you can just throw away. I know love makes me wanna love in everywhere. Love is to forgive. Love makes you don't wanna stop giving. For love, there's no selfishness. Love is
Bro,
talking about love. like a puppet on a string. Love is so appealing. When you go, love makes you wanna come again. Love is not a piece of paper that you can dump, burn, or just throw away. Love makes me wanna see love, love, every day. Oh, yeah. Love is not a piece of paper that you can just throw away. Oh, no. Love makes me wanna love. Everywhere. Love is to forgive. Love makes you don't wanna stop giving. But love, there's no selfishness. If love is a question, the answer is yes. Love is not a piece of paper that you can dump, burn, or just throw away. Love makes you wanna say love every day. Oh yeah, yeah. Love is not a piece of paper that you can just throw away. Oh no. Love makes you wanna love. Exalt his name. You've got nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. Remember, was my shine. Not knowing where the first thing was coming from. But you took it as if you had no sense. The words of the Father were your defense. And now you're living in your mansion. You forget the past, Mr. Big Man. But you should rejoice in his name, your life has changed. Rejoice in his name, your life has changed. Be thankful to Jah, he remains. Rejoice in his name, your life has changed. Rejoice in his name, your life has changed. Be thankful to Jah, he remains. Once you could find what to wear, want to make a move that even was fair. When friends come back to say they didn't know you, know you. Even your family, they forsake you. Well, it was Jah who carried you through. Yes, it's true. How could you forget the most I hope to you? Rejoice in his name, your life has changed. Rejoice in his name, your life has changed. Be thankful to Jah, he remains. Rejoice in his name, your life has changed. Rejoice in his name, your life has changed. Be thankful to Jah, he remains. He wants me to wipe your feet on the ground. If you're ungrateful,
consider how physical environments are constructed now. Modern. I don't hate America.
I want you to listen to something, guys. I want you to listen to something. Because you know this is a channel, yeah, where we just deal with bare real talk. Alright, I want you to know that the European Empire, if you can call it that, is getting dismantled. Like, properly, like, dismantled. And then when you see where Europeans actually come out of, right, it's embarrassing. And to make it even worse, you know, Europe, they got colonized, yeah, by the Roman Catholics, yeah, in 43 AD. This is where they learned Christmas, Easter, and Boxing Day from, which is Satan's. Because before that, they was in tribes and tents like barbarians and doing their own things. But when the Roman Catholic Church came, see, at 43 AD, that's when it gave you the Christmas and all that nonsense. But before that, you wasn't doing that. You don't even know your own history. You wasn't even doing that. Right, remember, the Romans are not British, right? They're Italian, and they're Satan's children now. The Vatican, And then we, because we won't behave ourselves, was then given to them at 70 AD. And it's all closing in now. But anyway, guys, I want you to listen to this, yeah? About this nation now.
We hate evil and wrongdoing, and you should too. But they've got you thinking that you have to patriotically defend the evil and wrongdoing that your country does, even when you yourselves are really the worst victims.
Oh, here we go.
That's the worst part of all this. As I've said before, the only conspiracy theory that I believe in is the conspiracy of Shaitan, of Iblis. And he mobilizes in society. I don't hate America. We hate evil and wrongdoing, and you should too. But they've got you thinking that you have to patriotically defend the evil and wrongdoing that your country does, even when you yourselves are really the worst victims of your own so-called civilization. That's the worst part of all this. As I've said before, the only real conspiracy theory that I believe in is the conspiracy of Shaitan, of Iblis. And he mobilizes in societies those sectors of the society according to their own agendas to serve his agenda. And his agenda is to lead as many people into hell as possible.
Damn right.
His agenda is to try to prove that his contempt for Nabi Adam alayhi salam was justified. So he wants to prove that human beings are worthless. He wants to prove that they're contemptible. So there's another deeper reason why they want to say that America represents the freest country in the world. Think about that. Why Shaitan wants you to have that impression. Because free, theoretically, means the most natural state, the least controlled state, the least coerced, and the most organic expression of human life and of human society. American society, therefore, must represent the best representation of the true nature of human beings. That's why freedom is the key point in America's image in this grand scheme of things. Because if this is what humanity is supposed to look like when it's left free, then we're surely just as bad as Iblis thought we were. America has become the largest consumer of pornography in the world, which is an industry of degradation that reduces human beings to objects, dehumanizes relationships, and turns intimacy into a spectacle for profit. America's number one,
You hear what he said? He's talking about, you know, porn, which he's got love porn. You know, you can't live without porn, can you? You love it so much. What about water sports, peeing on each other? You think these things are right? Huh? This is only what Satan wants you to do, so you don't get in with Father. And like you're doing that, this is like how human beings live. Who told you this? Europeans. Huh? Where you learn this thing from? Europeans. This nasty way of living. Europeans.
Because if this is what humanity
Just
is supposed
because
to look
Europeans do it doesn't mean you must do it. But because you can't survive, you have to go to them for things. And if you don't do what we want, then we're not going to give you this. And we're going to make it hard for you. Oh, I'll do it. It's the same. It's the same. It hasn't changed.
when it's left free,
You know what we can
then we're surely just as bad as Iblis thought we were. America has become the largest.
Put my shoes on for 1 second, right? You would have a heart attack. You little weakling. But don't worry, pressure and problems are coming to you now. I can guarantee you that, right? And we're going to see how strong. You're going to standing alone, not with the system behind you, because Satan's run off now. He's got his own life to look after, right? So now let's see what you're like without the system behind you. You little crook or spran.
Consumer of pornography in the world, which is an industry of degradation that reduces human beings to objects, dehumanizes relationships, and turns intimacy into a spectacle for profit. America's number one, the undisputed champion of this exploitation. Every second of every day, every second, over 30,000 Americans are viewing filthy, explicit content. And each viewing takes them another step away from the sacredness of intimacy.
Of course it does.
And all the blessings that is produced by the intimacy between men and women, between a husband and a wife. America's youth are engaged in sexual activity at an earlier age than almost anywhere else, with nearly 40% of high school students having had intercourse before they even reach 17. There's hookup culture of this exploitation. Every second of every day, every second, over 30,000 Americans are viewing filthy, explicit content. And each viewing takes them another step away from the sacredness of intimacy.
Of course it does.
And all the blessings that is produced by the intimacy between men and women, between a husband and a wife. America's youth are engaged in sexual activity at an earlier age than almost anywhere else, with nearly 40% of high school students having had intercourse before they even reach 17. This hookup culture isn't just tolerated, it's celebrated, it's encouraged, and it's sold to young people as if it's some kind of an achievement. You sexualize your young without ever maturing them.
Without ever maturing.
In their high schools, their colleges, and in your media, young people are told that commitment is a burden, that restraint is repressive, and that pleasure is the only purpose. This isn't freedom. This is engineering. Then look at what they call their alternative lifestyles, which they celebrate as kinks and fetishes and what have you. In America, nearly half of the entire population openly engages in so-called non-traditional sexual behaviors, from bondage to role play to things that I won't even say aloud. These practices are marketed and embraced as part of modern life.
That's what they do.
They transgress the limits of decency, of normality. True. And the media glamorizes it, makes perversion normal, to make it seem like it's even healthy. But what is this, if not the complete perversion of intimacy, of normal relationships? This is an organic expression.
You have to have it so loud. You got the window wide open and the Jewish NATO. Come on, bro.
5 married people admitting to cheating on their spouse. That's the ones who admit it. Infidelity isn't just a personal failure, it's a social disease, a breakdown of the very structure that holds societies together. What does that tell you about their definition of freedom? About their value of their rights? If loyalty and trust are cast aside as old-fashioned, as obstacles to satisfying individual desire, which is the prime objective. And when these desires are left unchecked, it's no surprise that their country leads the developed world in sexually transmitted diseases. Over 2.3 million cases of chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis were reported in one single year. The CDC says that America accounts for 30% of gonorrhea cases worldwide. There's almost 1 million abortions each year. That's a society that views its own offspring as disposable. And again, these are pregnancies that are almost always the result of intercourse that should have never taken place.
Sure.
But they promote promiscuity. They discourage impulse control. They devalue intimacy and relationships. And they constantly depict the relationship between men and women as adversarial and hostile. And then when a pregnancy occurs, after a series of bad decisions and bad choices, they talk about the right to choose. When what they mean is the right to avoid the consequences of the choices that they've already made.
Yeah.
They made women think that empowerment means being just as unaccountable as the society allows men to be. Because men can walk away from women whom they impregnate, so women should be able to terminate those pregnancies.
Terrible.
Freedom from accountability. That's what it means. Freedom from accountability for all. This is what they've brainwashed you to think. This isn't natural. It's an engineered message. But you know, they always have seen children as disposable.
Yeah.
Seen them as burdens.
Yeah.
Research the orphan trains, if you don't know about it.
I don't.
Thousands of children shipped out of the cities, out to the West, and just distributed to anyone who wanted, child labor, to work on farms or to work in mines, or even worse. Yes, the United States, and until today, has one of the highest rates of child sexual abuse in the Western world. 1 in 5 American children will experience abuse, on average, before they ever reach adulthood. Hundreds of thousands of young girls and young boys are trafficked and exploited every single year in that country. And child protective services have been proven to act as procurers, as suppliers of children. They have a drug and alcohol-fueled culture. Binge drinking and substance abuse aren't just tolerated, they're part of the mainstream American culture. Their own statistics show, obviously,
I know.
that substance abuse...
And Father, guys, he got me off that. This is a malt. I'm not allowed to drink. He took that off me the 17th of November last year. Yeah, and it just took it at me like that. Bam. I was talking about that 2 days ago. Just took it at me like that. Bam. But I'm not even a drop like that. Bam. Not that I had a problem with drink, but I used to like drinking Guinness with the music, But there's a lot of our brothers and sisters who struggle with this thing. And the hardest thing with this, well, not this though, but alcohol, is when you're starting to come up it and you're doing good, and then you go in the shops for a sweetie. What is in the shops? Beer, alcohol. And that is done on purpose, done. You stay there.
Strongly linked to risky, often reckless sexual behavior, which results in serious consequences like unplanned pregnancies, like
we need to start helping each other, man.
and
Start
like
talking
sexual
sense to
assault.
each other.
Welcome back. I want to
Looking
ask you a
out for
serious
each other.
question. Have we actually achieved
We're
modern
looking after
freedom,
each other, are we?
or
Of
did
course
we
we
just
are.
trade
The system
real
doesn't
human
tell you
connection
these
for
things.
cheap digital
Tells you how to be
dopamine
horrible
and
to
quiet
yourself.
isolation? The video
And
we're
each other.
reacting to today by Shahid Bolson calls out something a
That's
lot
what
of
I
us
teach you.
feel every single day, but rarely say
Always
out loud.
moaning, these people.
He argues
Oh.
that modern culture isn't broken by accident.
It's the
It's engineered to
system
keep
on
us
purpose, you damn
distracted,
right.
disconnected, and dependent.
Disconnected, distracted.
Big shout out to Shahid
All of it.
Bolson for this perspective. We're going to play his core message first so you can hear it directly in his own words. And then we're coming right back to tear this argument apart and see what actually holds up. Check out his clip and let's get into it. You'll never want to go back to traditional buckle belts again. It's incredibly comfortable, you will barely feel it, yet it holds your pants perfectly in place. Traditional belts always dig into your stomach and feel really uncomfortable. Check out his clip and let's get into it.
But all of this is celebrated. Think about the endless shows, the endless songs and movies that glamorize promiscuity, glamorize infidelity and sexual adventure. This is a society saturated with hypersexualized content. A place where dignity and modesty are ridiculed.
It's gone, yeah.
Where decency is painted as repression. This is enslavement to desires, to impulses, to Shaitan's whispers.
True.
To the waswasa of Shaitan. If this is the most free society, the most natural society, then human beings must be debased. They must be atrocious creatures. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of pretending that America is so free. They want you to think that this society is a natural outcome of people being free. That this is what happens when individuals are left to follow their own will without constraint and without rules. They want you to believe that this state of affairs represents human nature at its core. That this is the truest, most organic expression of the human spirit. That if people were free from every shackle, from every rule, then this dystopia would be the inevitable result, would be the inevitable end. They want you to look at the decay, the despair, the depravity, and see it as an unfiltered, raw version of humanity. Iblis's version of humanity. Look at the violence. More than 48,000 deaths each year by gunfire. You've got children dying as the victims of bullets and mass shootings in a place that insists that they're the world's policemen. They'll tell us this is all part of the natural order, right? A free society. But this level of terror, of instability, of bloodshed in the streets, that's not freedom.
True.
This is a culture where security has been sacrificed for profit and for power, because only profit and only power deserve to be secure and protected, deserve to be served and protected. That's the culture. They want you to look at the education system in America and believe that illiteracy and crumbling schools are just part of the natural struggle of a free nation. But how can that be? How can this be natural when the wealthiest country in the world, so-called, has 1 in 5 adults who are unable to read or complete basic tasks. How can it be anything but a failure that millions of children are denied a basic education, that millions will be pushed into a lifetime of poverty? They want you to think that's human nature? This is not human nature. This is neglect. It's a betrayal of the very people that they claim to empower, that so-called civilization claims to empower better than anyone else. And look at homelessness, the misery of families living on the streets, in tents, in cars, over 500,000 people on any given night in the United States with nowhere to call home.
True.
Millions more who are barely able to afford their rent, who are just moments away from homelessness.
True.
They'll tell you again, what? That this is the natural result of an open economy, of a free market economy, that some will rise and some will fall. That's just how freedom works. But this is not freedom. This isn't the freedom that they promise. This is abandonment. A society that discards its own people and tells them that that's just the way it is. And why don't you call them what they really are? Why do you say homeless? Why do you say unhoused? They are internally displaced people. Displaced by your own system, by your own society. Refugees with no refuge. Not by a traditional war, but by a system that functions as a form of economic war against its own population. Is it any wonder that they have an epidemic of mental illness in that country? Over 21% of American adults suffer from mental health issues. Nearly half of teens express having feelings of...
It's up and down the country. Up and down the world. What we're hearing here, all these problems that the humans are going through now, because this is what the system offers you, only nothing else. And now, where the system is crashing down now, and it's got to run away into its bunkers now, because this is the time, you're seeing that the people are exhausted. They're absolutely exhausted. But guess what, right? It hasn't started yet. It hasn't even started yet. It hasn't even started yet. It hasn't started yet.
A deep sadness, depression, and hopelessness. Another 48,000 lives every year are lost to suicide because they've normalized isolation. They've normalized empty consumption and an endless chase for meaning in a society that offers you none. They want you to think this is natural. This isn't human nature. True. It's a distortion of it. This is the result of a culture that strips life of any purpose.
Guys, I hope you are listening, honestly, because this guy, Shahid Bolson, he speaks it so articulate now, right? And some can and some can't, these sons. And Father's saying, even though it's a Muslim boy, and Father don't like these boys at all. However, there's so much peace in these boys, and I hope Father can work something out with them, because I love them. They're my brothers. And it's very difficult for me to not like someone. You'd have to really, really do me something. Because I'm into giving chances, because that's what Father does, and that's what I'm into. But this guy here really speaks it so beautiful and true. He really does. And if you've got ears to hear, guys, just hear. If you haven't got ears to hear, then don't hear. But I would hear if I was you. Because they've left you on your own. They've left you on your own, on purpose. They've set you up like this, and they've left you on your own. And they're hoping that Satan can come and help you. With more you got to sell out to. This is the time you go to Jesus. I'll use that name. Or Yahuwah. This is the time. They're waiting for you. They're now waiting for you. They're waiting for you. But you have to come, like I said, as a child. As a humble child. And you call them by their Hebrew names. And they will answer you. Because they're at the door now. They're waiting. This is the time. They're waiting for their children to call them. And you're their children. If you've got a nostril, then you're their children. And they're waiting for you. Because this time here, if you don't go to them, then you're going to have to go to Satan. There's no other way. It's either them or Satan. That is the dance. Beautiful children.
Not by a traditional war, but by a system that functions as a form of economic war against its own population. Is it any wonder that they have an epidemic of mental illness in that country?
It's designed.
Over 21% of American adults suffer from mental health issues.
Designed.
Nearly half of teens express having feelings of a deep sadness, depression, and hopelessness.
It's designed, my friend.
Another 48,000 lives every year are lost to suicide because they've normalized isolation. They've normalized empty consumption and an endless chase for meaning in a society that offers you none. They want you to think this is natural. This isn't human nature. It's a distortion of it. This is the result of a culture that strips life of any purpose.
It does.
And strips society of community itself.
There it is.
I mean, a human being would not commit self-murder if they lived in a society that values human beings. And look at the devastation of addiction and an endless chase for meaning in a society that offers you none. They want you to think this is natural. This isn't human nature. It's a distortion of it. This is the result of a culture that strips life of any purpose and strips society of community itself.
There it is.
I mean, a human being would not commit self-murder if they lived in a society.
A human being would not commit self-murder. There it is, that one there. And that one is worse than actually killing anyone else. That one. And it drives you to it. That's what the system does, doesn't it?
Values human beings. And look at the devastation of addiction in that country. It's just another form of suicide, just slow motion. 100,000 people dying of drug overdoses in a single year. Families destroyed, communities hollowed out by opioids, fentanyl, substances that numb people from the misery around them. Is this addiction the mark of a free spirit? Or is it a symptom of lives emptied of any kind of connection and people who've been made to feel worthless, who are seeking some kind of an escape from a reality that seems inescapable? But they want you to accept it as natural. But this is the consequence of a society that feeds on people's weakness.
Very true.
That profits from their suffering. I'm telling you, your own so-called civilization hates you.
True.
And you accuse me of hating America when no one could possibly hate you more than America hates you. No one could hate the American people more than the American system. The American society hates itself.
Very true.
You put your own people in debt, buried under $17 trillion worth of debt, struggling under the weight of a system that promises prosperity but delivers poverty.
True.
40% of Americans can't even afford any unexpected expenses. This is survival of the richest, not survival of the fittest. That's not freedom, and that's not natural. And they want you to believe that poverty and hunger, even in this so-called land of abundance, is just, again, part of the natural order. There's nothing that can be done about it. Over 37 million people who are in poverty in America, over 34 million who are food insecure, including children. Now, this isn't natural. It's an abomination. It's the product of a society that co-modified everything, even the basic necessities of life, putting profit above people at every level. Most people are so misled by American propaganda about itself that they can't even process or register what they see themselves and experience in their own lives. So they actually are living in third world conditions, most of them, but they believe that they're living in the richest country in the world. No, you don't live in the richest country in the world. You have the richest individuals in the world living in your country. That's all.
Okay.
And you'll never be one of them. Do you know what percentage of Americans are billionaires? 0.0002%. 95% of Americans can't even make a six-figure income.
True.
There's only 800 individuals in your country. 800 individuals, and they have more wealth than the bottom 50% of the entire population. In America, infants and mothers die at rates higher than in any other developed country in the world, so-called developed.
I didn't know that.
The broken infrastructure that you've got, the broken roads, the bridges, public services.
I didn't know that about the women and children. I didn't know that, man. I didn't know that.
There's only 800 individuals in your country. 800 individuals, and they have more wealth than the bottom 50% of the entire population. In America, infants and mothers die at rates higher than in any other developed country in the world, so-called developed. The broken infrastructure that you've got, the broken roads, the crumbling bridges, public services, that's your free market system. And you're told to be proud of it. And it's going to get worse. 60% of Americans feel isolated, feel detached, feel bereft of community.
And I'm going to read my Bible. Damn right.
Hey, Dad, what are you doing with my
I'm
car?
going to read my
Stop.
Bible. Jonas.
It's not natural.
It's not because it's
to be so alone, to feel so alone, to feel so distrustful, so fragmented. This is the outcome of a culture that has abandoned the natural values that bring people together.
Damn right.
Isn't that the natural state of free people? This is what happens when societies are led by greed
humanity
and exploitation.
Yes, you're damn right.
A system that chews people up and spits them out.
Damn right.
Anyone who can't keep up. But they want you to look at America and think that this is what freedom looks like. But don't be deceived. This is what happens when a society turns away from faith, turns away from humanity,
True.
turns away from its
Thinks
purpose.
he can do it
This is
itself.
what happens when freedom is defined
Satan
as
now.
license,
That's right.
for indulgence, for excess.
Do what you want.
When free means free to destroy oneself and others.
Alistair Cowley.
It's not natural, it's unnatural, it's abnormal, and it's a highly controlled and engineered mutation.
Of course it is.
Americans and Westerners more broadly have been profoundly victimized by the very so-called civilization that claims to uplift them and that they claim to be superior. They've been deprived of the psychological, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual tools necessary to understand,
What's
to
going on?
articulate, and to confront
With
their
you.
own reality. They're trapped in a shallow existence,
Very true.
starved of anything deeper than the material, unable to break through the veneer of consumerism, triviality, and distraction.
Consuming all the
It smothers
time.
every aspect of their
That's
lives.
all. Consuming.
I mean, imagine a
consuming.
society that gives people
Consuming.
endless distractions,
That's all. It's a
but
distraction.
denies
Yes.
them any means.
Consuming, buying.
They're
buying.
flooded with
Buying.
entertainment. They're drowned in
That's
advertisements.
Satan. That's Satan. You're in, guys. You're in a
For
Satan dance.
indulgence, for excess.
You're in a Satan dance, and he's laughing at you because you're so simple. You know, he laughs at us every time, saying, "I got this so easy." He keeps boasting how easy he got you just by materials, and then to tell you you've got to hate these children as well, otherwise I'm not giving it to you. And you just bowed so easy to him because he said, "I set it hard. I made sure I set it hard when I came there with the Romans. I set it hard for them to make them live in poverty." And I said, "If you want to live nice, do this for me and you'll live." And they done it straight away. I said, "Stop it." And they done it straight away. And this is the problem they're in now.
This is what happens when societies are led by greed
This is the problem
and
they're in now.
exploitation. A system that chews people
You
up
made
and
it do what
spits
the
them
devil
out.
done. And you know you did.
Anyone who can't keep up. But they want you to look at America and think
know
that
you
this is
did.
what freedom looks like.
Masonry, all that.
But
It's all
don't
the
be
same thing.
deceived.
You made a deal with them fools.
This is what happens when a society turns away from
From
faith,
humanity.
turns away from humanity, turns
Thank
away
you.
from its purpose.
Of course it does.
This is what happens when
And then
freedom
this is
is
what you
defined
expect.
as license,
Don't tramp.
for indulgence, for excess. When free means free to destroy oneself and others.
True.
It's not natural, it's unnatural, it's abnormal,
Of course it is.
and it's a highly controlled and engineered mutation.
Engineered,
Americans and
yes.
Westerners more broadly have been profoundly victimized by the very so-called civilization that claims to uplift them and that they claim to be superior. They've been
Romans.
deprived of the
Romans got
psychological,
them.
emotional, intellectual, and spiritual tools necessary
To undo it.
to understand, to articulate,
Which they
and
won't be
to
able to.
confront their own reality.
Not at all.
They're trapped
Too
in
hard
a
for
shallow existence,
Too hard for you.
starved of anything deeper than the material, unable to break through the veneer of consumerism,
Yeah, consuming.
triviality,
buying,
and distraction.
looking.
It smothers every aspect of their lives. I mean, imagine a society that gives people endless distractions,
Endless.
but denies them any meaning.
And they don't know who Father is.
They're flooded with entertainment, they're drowned in advertisements, and they're fed a steady diet of vapid pop culture that tells them what to want, how to live, and who to be. There's
Them
no room for
sons, they got
introspection,
you
there's
for
no
them.
room for nuance,
Really?
there's no room for the profound. They're told from birth that happiness is something that they can buy, and that their purpose is prosperity, that contentment is a collection of possessions or a luxury
Collection
brand
of
or what have you.
possessions. To be happy
They're
and
li-
to be content is just a bunch of possessions. But that's what they sold you, and you bought it. So aren't you happy? Remember, materials don't speak. There's no breath in the materials. You keep forgetting that. Wood and stone doesn't speak.
Not natural, it's unnatural, it's abnormal,
Of course it is.
and it's a highly controlled and engineered
Engineered, don't forget
mutation.
that.
Americans and Westerners more broadly
They fell
have
for
been
it.
profoundly
They fell for
victimized
it.
by the very so-called civilization that claims to uplift them and that they claim to be superior. They've been deprived of the psychological, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual tools necessary to understand,
What
to articulate,
you're
and to
in.
confront their own reality.
Can't do that.
They're trapped in a shallow existence,
You are trapped.
starved of anything deeper than the material, unable to break through the veneer of consumerism, triviality, and distraction. It smothers every aspect of their lives. I mean, imagine a society that gives people endless distractions, but denies them any meaning.
True.
They're
And it's
flooded with
self-worth.
entertainment.
Yeah.
They're drowned in advertisements. And they're fed a steady diet of vapid pop culture that tells them what to want, how to live, and who to be. There's no room for introspection. There's no room for nuance. There's no room for the profound. They're told from birth that happiness is something that they can buy, and that their purpose is prosperity, that contentment is a collection of possessions or a luxury brand or what have you. They're allowed to explore every surface, but never the depths. Life for them has been reduced to a series of momentary pleasures,
Momentary.
temporary fixes.
Temporary.
But beneath the surface, there's emptiness.
Truth there is.
You know, beneath the smiles, beneath the sitcoms, the
Sitcoms.
sarcastic jokes,
That's
there's
them.
a deep, unresolved turmoil.
Yeah.
But how can they articulate it? How can they express what they're feeling when the only language that they've ever been given is one of superficiality? When the only emotional vocabulary that they have is shaped by casual, trivial interactions, fleeting social media trends, hollow slogans, empty slogans, and all the lies that they've ever been told. They can't express their pain.
Of course they can't.
Because they've been trained anyway to keep it light, to make everything a joke, because the joke is being made on them. They can never dig too deep. They have to be witty, they have to be casual, they have to treat every serious issue with a glib, dismissive attitude. You see it even in their approach to politics, their approach to social issues. Serious matters are reduced to just hashtags. Complex realities are squeezed into memes. The culture demands that everything be simplified, that nothing can be taken too seriously, and that everyone keep up the act of perpetual nonchalance. It's as if they become mutes, unable to speak the truth of their own suffering, because they've been stripped of the language. They've been stripped of the mindset. They've been stripped of the vocabulary. They've been stripped of the courage to even look within. The institutions that they rely on for understanding the world, their media, their schools, their government, only perpetuates this shallow view of life, this shallow presentation of life. They're not given tools to reflect, only tools to consume. They're shown endless products, endless services that claim to make them happy.
Look, it is true, guys, right? It's not laughing joke, it's just the way he puts it, you know, simplifies it to let you see. All Satan's done is made you an idiot. All you get happy for is, oh, Baba, just don't get that and consume. So you need to wake up now to realize this is Satan doing this to you. You need to wake up now, because this is not what life is. And so they're waking people up. This is what's going on. He stole humanity from you and brought you this nonsense. And told you to hate the children as well. Otherwise he won't give it to you. It's him. That's the
vocabulary. They've been stripped of the courage to even look within.
Hey, guys.
The institutions that they rely on for understanding the world, their media, their schools, their government, only perpetuates this shallow, but they're never shown how to find any purpose. They're told how to fit in, but not.
Hey guys, have you worked out yet who the brown children are? Or are you still behind? Have you worked out yet who they are? Let's see.
How to be whole. There's no encouragement to explore questions of meaning in America, in the West. To ask who they are, why they are, what they should believe in, what they do believe in, where they're going. Instead, there's just a relentless push to buy, to upgrade, to acquire, to impress.
To impress.
Life itself is transactional. Friendships, relationships, even one's own sense of self-worth. Everything has become a commodity. And in the process, they've lost their own rootedness. They've lost any sense of rootedness, of continuity, of belonging to something larger than themselves. They become fragments of people, just floating from one superficial experience to the next. Never truly connecting with others, and never truly connecting even with their own soul. This is what happens when a society loses its moral and spiritual foundation. If it ever had one. When people are told that value comes from what they own, not who they are, and not by what they do, and when they're taught to measure success in dollars and in social media likes rather than in integrity and compassion and the ability to sleep at night and the ability to face their Lord on the judgment day.
The ability to sleep at night. Do you struggle, guys, with sleeping at night? Why would you struggle with sleeping at night? Why would you? I mean, what stuff are you doing when you can't sleep at night? Eh? What you been doing? You been a naughty boy or you been a naughty girl? Naughty, naughty. Well, be good then, innit?
Well, the human spirit atrophies.
Be a good boy.
People become hollow. And they're just performing roles rather than living as whole human beings. They translate their trauma into irony, into sarcasm, into cynicism. Because they've been deprived of any access to real depth.
True.
So they keep everything glib, everything witty, everything distant, everything remote. They live in a society that insists on treating serious issues with a smirk. That reduces the sacred to the trivial. Even when faced with real suffering, homelessness, addiction, mental illness, they've got plenty of suffering. They don't know how, they don't even have a framework. They don't have the depth. They don't have the language to confront it honestly. They don't know how to sit with grief, how to engage with pain, how to feel anger for injustice. They've been trained to look away, keep scrolling, distract yourself, numb yourself, rather than face the truth of what's happening all around them and what's happening to them and what's happening within them.
True.
They've been told that any depth of feeling, any genuine emotion, any serious conversation, it's too much, it's too heavy, it's too intense for a culture that's built on convenience and quick fixes.
True.
They're a society that moves too fast for introspection. It prioritizes ease over truth, values surface over substance, style over substance, so they live in turmoil. But unable to express it, unable to break free from the cultural demand to keep things light, stay on the surface, never be a buzzkill, you know? So they just wander, lost in this so-called civilization that prides itself on freedom, but that's made them prisoners in more ways than you can count. And they don't see it as unnatural, because they've been taught that this is human nature itself. And that's the most profound tragedy of it all. Americans are like that unwanted, rejected, neglected, and abused child who's never been prepared for adulthood. Individually and as a society, they're adrift. They're unprepared. They're unsure of who they are and what they believe. That's why you have 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, senior citizens who still don't know what they want to be when they grow up. Why, it's a shame. It's a deep and diabolical shame. And the bitter irony is that this neglected, broken child still postures like he's the most loved, the most special, the most brilliant, the most talented, and the most important human being in the world. This posture of superiority is all he has left, so he clings to it fiercely, lashes out at anyone who questions it.
Looking for the ultimate hands-free camera? Meet this next-gen AI smart glasses. It captures stunning 4K.
Fiercely, lashes out at anyone who questions it. He's been taught from his...
Right, guys. It's been a long time. And you know, today's the beginning of Sabbath day. And I got my food cooked already and everything. So how's it going? It's been a while. Oh, guys, you know what? That place there was murder where I was last at. Do you know they come to me and kidnap my house now? These little tramps. I just can't be bothered. No, I'm not being horrible. Right, just I can't be bothered with Europeans, man. I really can't. Starting to work at, no, it's not called white people, it's called Europeans. Starting to study Europeans, reading a book called The Passing of the Grace, I think it's called. It's horrifying about these people, because you have to find out who they are, because they're so wicked. And they put a law in, right? They put a law in. It's called the Immigration Act 1924. Go and have a look, right? And this is for immigrants, right, who are in Europe, right? But this is only for Europeans. So they put a law in for their own European people, right? If you ain't got no money, we ain't letting you. Go and have a look. It says the Immigration Act 1924. And that's for their own people, right? If you ain't got money, we're locking you out of the state. These people are... So, you know, I find the best peace and the best Yahuwah, and, you know, is away from them. It's the best, Dan. Trust me, Dan. I have no idea. It's the and that's not being horrible, but you people, we have to find out the DNA, and the DNA of it is not white people, because there's no such thing in the Bible. It's Europeans. And whoa, you know, Not at all, bruv. You need to find out who you are. That's what you need to do. Right? Because the system lied to you. But I can tell you one thing. You need to go back to 43 AD. Because before that, right, you was barbarian. You was in your own little tribes. Because we was all tribes and tongues. But then Satan came, right? Came as the Roman Catholic Church. They came as the Romans. They came one day before that. And then they infected you. And then you started doing Christmas, Easter, Boxing Day, and all that nonsense. That's where you lot come from. I was told to make sure you heard. So you know who we are all this time. And all the riches that you're showing off with is ours. Because when you go back to European and see who you was, whoa. And the only time you ever got anything was 1600 when Father gave us to you. Because when you go back before 1600, what you was embarrassing. And remember, you put laws in for your own people to be horrible to your own people. Remember that. So what we do now, we go look at Europeans. Who are these? And when I'm horrified. But you only come to light at 16, 19 when Father gave us to you. That's the only how you got all this. Ask Edward Colston, ask Cabot Circus, ask. But these are the troops that's coming out. And then you've got the audacity to speak to us and talk to us and call us Germans from where you come from. And the only reason why you're shining bright now from 16 to 19 is because of us. Because before 16, look at what you was. Before 16, 19, look at what you was. Right? And it's only Satan come to you. Right? Via the Roman Catholic Church. That's why they come for me when I was, an infant child. And got me until Father had to come and get me away from them. But they spiritually came and got you. 43 AD. You don't even know what I'm on about. And then Father gave us to them at 70 AD. Rasta, you need to wake up, man, because they're coming home very soon. You need to wake up, man. They're coming at the sky very soon. Whether you like it or not. It's not a joke, guys. As we know, it's not a joke. You know what I mean? No, it's not a joke. Because they're telling me some still. Anyways, just leave it like that. It's not a joke, guys. We just hope everyone's alright. We haven't seen you guys for a while. Just hope everyone's alright still. But this thing is getting real serious. It's not a joke. It's not a joke at all. The Strait of Hormuz, they haven't told you what's going on there. That's finished. Couple. So we're going to be going into starvation, all that nonsense very soon. Very, very soon. Very soon. Very, very soon. There's no more oil. The oil is. We was living on oil reserves. You know, like there wasn't like no oil, no ships going through. We was living on oil reserves. What they had. You stay there. But this is Yahuwah doing this. He's stripping all you nations, stripping you. And Satan's doing it as well. So you can go back to basics. And then they're going to bring in this new world order. This is what's coming in now. This new Satan dance. Do you know about it? You don't know about the Satan dance? This new Satan dance is built. And they're building it in modern Israel. About the red Hufa. They're getting that ready there as well. You know about the third temple? Why not? You know about instant though, innit? You're still there.
His earliest history that violence equals strength. That violence makes you right.
Violence makes you right. It doesn't, guys. That's not right.
Silence objection.
Don't believe that. It's not true.
No matter how many voices he can quiet, he'll never quiet.
I hope you're still reading your Bible, guys. I'm on Luke now. Look.
With the torment that's going on in his own mind.
Luke.
That's American society.
In Hebrew, it's called this day.
Anyone who speaks the truth to that emptiness. Anyone who articulates
Well,
something
Luke
deeper.
in Hebrew.
Because the truth shines a light on his
It's not
own
their book, it's our
incapacity to
book.
comprehend.
Now you're starting to realize it wasn't written for them, it was written for us.
Challenges of
We
his
are the
mind.
Yasharel children.
He sees others who
No one else.
understand their place in the
And when you
world,
see them, they look like us. They look like no one else.
who feel at home in their
Damn
culture
tramp.
and at home in their beliefs, and he resents
And his
them.
name is Yahuwah. That's his name.
He
No other
resents
name.
them because they possess
He's not going to come and give
something
his
that
children a
he's
book.
been denied.
Right,
A
his
sense
name,
of
is he?
purpose,
Come on.
a sense of belonging, a sense of
Damn
identity.
tramp.
Instead, his society has filled him with hollow promises and empty
Hollow
slogans.
promises.
Freedom, they tell him. Individuality, they tell him. But what's it really actually given him? A freedom to consume without meaning,
Freedom consumed
to
without
express
meaning.
without
You've
connection,
got to jump before that
to
guy.
live
You've got to grow
without
up when
love,
this one's
and
here.
without loyalty. That's what freedom has left him. It's left him spiritually destitute.
You can't just live the way we want. How the system says we can. Just do what we want. Do it. No, no, no.
When he sees others who don't need
No.
those distractions, who don't live for
There is
consumption
things going
alone.
on.
Well, he
We are
despises
not
them
little children, we are grown
because
ups.
they
We are
make him
created for a
feel
reason. There is
even
big
more
things
like
going on,
an
guys.
outsider
Big
to
things.
his own soul.
And you've been distracted all your life
That's why he turns away from real introspection.
and been told to hate the
Why he
best children that can
dismisses
help you.
depth
The
and
system told you to
spirituality
hate
as
us.
old-fashioned or as oppressive or what have you.
Because the
The
system
very
is
idea
Satan.
of facing himself is terrifying.
And the children are Romans,
Because that would mean
which is
confronting a lifetime
Italy
of empty
and
pursuits.
the Vatican. And the next
Superficial
children is
values.
modern Israel. And they're the children that whether you like it or not.
So he runs from himself, living out a cycle of distraction and denial and despair, and all the while insisting that he's free. It's a freedom to not be able
Right.
to understand your own pain, to be trapped in a cycle.
I have no idea what, but I play a part in it somewhere. I have no idea how. The stuff that the system does to what would be a child like me, I have something to do with it. They won't tell me what though, but I have something to do with this thing what's happening. I can guarantee you that. What? I have no idea, but guarantee you.
Full of empty pleasure
Beautiful
and deeper
people.
emptiness.
But everything's alright.
No, this isn't freedom. This is slavery to
Because
illusion.
in, quick, get your Bible out, give it, quick, because in Jeremiah 3:14, chapter 3, verse 14, in there it says, return, backsliding Yasharal, says Yahuwah, for I am a husband to you. That's what it says in it. Go and have a look. Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 14. When I read it, I started crying. I said, the husband come back and get weird. So he said, return. I said, I'm returning. Backsliding, Yasharel, says Yahuwah. For I was a husband, a weak. The man say husband, you know. Have you ever heard a man, a top man, say, I'll be a husband to you. Just come back home. Weird. Sure. Yes, yeah, there.
And freedom. This is slavery to illusion.
And that's not just to me, that's
It's
just
the
you,
imprisonment of a mind that's been kept in perpetual adolescence, never allowed to grow, never allowed to mature,
someone does
to
love
discover
you.
what it really
Somebody
means
does love you.
to truly
Tell you
live.
that.
So he fears
Understand that.
anyone who has broken free and who lives with purpose and with faith and with a moral code that can see beyond the fleeting desires of the moment.
And
He fears anyone whose values aren't for sale,
yeah, like me,
whose beliefs can't be shaken
like me.
by whatever's popular or
And
unpopular.
boy, do they come after you.
And in that fear, he lashes
I
out,
said,
clinging
keep it
to
coming.
his
Because
illusions.
when
Desperate
appropriate,
to
what,
protect
keep
the
it coming down. What do you
fragile
think I'm going to do?
identity
Sell
that
out
he's
to
built
you?
on a foundation of sand.
Yes, I'm a sex.
This is the
Weird.
tragedy.
To be like
He
them
doesn't
sons.
see his own captivity. He's been conditioned
Them
to
who are
believe
condemned, ready
that
to
this
die.
hollow,
The ones that have been
shallow
used by
existence
Satan. And then I'm going to go there as well.
is
Me.
human nature.
He tried to
Is the
get me
human
first,
condition.
bro.
Striving for more than that
And he
is
did. I
impossible.
used to ring his bell as an
Wanting more
infant
than that
in
is
his damn
naive
church,
or
Roman
even
Catholic. He didn't come for you
self-oppression,
though,
so he
did he? In the
drifts.
church, did he? Wanted me to be
Plunged
his high
into
priest,
the
didn't
the
he?
distractions
Damn
of pop
tramp.
culture, of consumerism.
Didn't
of
come for you
constant
though, did he?
entertainment.
When you was an infant. Dressing
keep
you
from
up as a
falling
old
into
boy,
the
telling you how to
terrifying
ring the bell.
silence
Didn't come
of
for
his
you,
own
did he? You damn
unaddressed
tramp.
turmoil.
You have no
They call
idea
it
what's
freedom.
going on. That's why he told you to
But it's
turn
the
against
opposite.
us. You don't even know who we are.
That's
You're
like
the
saying a
cockle
boat
sprang.
that has no anchor, that has no rudder, that has no sail, that's just tossed aimlessly about the ocean.
Two
That's
nations
freedom.
are in you.
That's what freedom is to you. No, it's a disaster.
One will be
America has to be liberated from this so-called
red
freedom,
and hairy,
from this
and that will
so-called
be brown and
civilization.
sexy. It's not hard to work out.
Real civilization, true advancement, means rising above the superficial. It means embracing the complexities of life and understanding them, not simplifying them
True.
into just slogans or empty promises
And,
or what have you. It means giving people the tools to understand their own hearts,
True. Well
their
said.
own purpose,
Well said.
their place in the world. It means giving them
And
a true
uplift them.
sense of identity
Yeah,
and
true.
mening and purpose, a true
Not
connection
steal from them
to
and
other
put them
people,
down
and a
and
true
use
grounding in
them
something that's greater than
and
themselves.
scare them and keep complaining. Oh,
Americans like orphans,
Europeans. Oh,
without roots, abandoned by a system
that's the
that just uses them,
just the name
exploits
alone
them,
down.
and leaves them empty.
Hot flush.
And this
That's
system
it.
tells them
Queer.
that this is all there is. That human life is just a series of transactions, just a series of distractions, a race to accumulate as much as you can until there's nothing left, including you. That's not freedom, it's contempt. And until they recognize it for what it is, they will continue to drift, unmoored, lost, and unable to find a way out. And they'll lash out at anyone who dares to say that there's something more. Because then they'll have to face and confront the fact that they've been deprived for centuries. They know that this emptiness is not what they were meant for. They know that there's something inside, that there's true freedom, but it doesn't look like this. No, I don't hate America. I hate what America has done to Americans.
True.
And what so-called Western civilization has done to Westerners. Because it's atrocious. It's criminal.
True.
They have betrayed you.
Yes.
They have betrayed their own people.
They have.
No one can possibly hate a people more
With
than
Satan.
someone who believes that those people
But you
cannot
can't
be
see the Satan
good,
part.
and then makes those people believe it about themselves.
You're not far in the journey. That's
You can't
why.
hate a
But I'm
people more
telling
than
you.
if you believe that they're worthless and make them believe about themselves that they are worthless. You can't hate a people more than if you don't even care about their morality, about their deeds, about their actions, about their decency, about their goodness. And then you make them also not care about any of these things. I think that what has been done and what is being done to the people in America, spiritually, psychologically, and intellectually, and morally, I think it's horrific, and I think it's criminal.
True. And it's Satan.
Developed by top American dental labs over 5 years, this is the ultimate smart
And with
custom
that, guys,
dentist set, strictly following
we're going to let you think on that. Right, and happy Sabbath day for tomorrow. And I will see you on Sabbath day. And we're going to start reading. We're going to start with Luke tomorrow. The Lucas. Right. Take care of yourselves, guys. I'm going to go and chill out now. As you can see, I'm not at home. We got something else in the pod. Don't worry about that. Just need to get away from these people, man. Because what's coming out the sky, can't be around them. But what happens, bro? Because these people, man, these Europeans, they're on a different page, done. They're on a different. You're better off just staying away from them, bro, for what's coming. Because these people, bro, they know exactly who you are. When they signed a deal with Satan, and now it's just back on them, right? They know exactly. They know how. Listen, save yourself. That's what I'm saying to you. Go and find out who the hell you are through this book, and keep your backside at home until this connection hits you. Because this thing is deadly serious now. Right, and if you want to take my advice, right, be very cautious, right, of Europeans, the whole lot of them. Be very cautious now, beautiful children, because you need to go and study who they are, Europeans, and see how they treat themselves. And the way they treat themselves is how they treat us now. But before we was here, this is how they was treating themselves. Putting laws in as well. Yo, mind these people, but they're dangerous now. May Yahuwah bless you, and we'll see you soon, guys. Take care, yeah? Good night.